Good morning, everybody. I hope you're keeping well and looking forward to Sunday when we're able to meet online and worship together and look forward to that day. We hope to move forward slowly towards reopening at some stage, and we will let you know more of that. And it will be after the Northern Ireland Executive meets next Tuesday that we might have a bit more news on that. So keep hanging in there. Let us know if you've got any issues or if there's anybody else out there who needs anything. Please do get in touch and we will do our best to help with that. I'm going to read this morning from Mark 12 and verses 35 to 44. And as Jesus taught in the temple, he said, "How can the scribes say that the Christ is the son of David? David himself in the Holy Spirit declared, 'The Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand until I put your enemies under your feet.' David himself calls him Lord, so how is he his son?" And the great throng heard him gladly. And in his teaching he said, "Beware of the scribes, who like to walk around in long robes and like greetings in the marketplaces and have the best seats in the synagogues and the places of honour at the feasts, who devour widows' houses and for a pretence make long prayers. They will receive the greater condemnation." And he sat down opposite the treasury and watched the people putting money into the offering box. Many rich people put in large sums, and a poor widow came and put in 2 small copper coins which make a penny. And he called his disciples to him and said to them, "Truly, I say to you, this poor widow has put in more than all those who are contributing to the offering box. For they all contributed out of their abundance, but she, out of her poverty, has put in everything she had, all she had to live on." The scribe who approached Jesus in the previous passage and who asked him about the 2 greatest commandments is seen and portrayed, and Jesus recognizes him as a wise and discerning man, somebody who's not far from the kingdom. But as a group, it's a different story. As a group, they receive here Jesus' condemnation. Why? First of all, because they don't understand the scriptures that they presume to teach others. They don't see the depth behind who the Son of David really is. They don't understand that Messiah, the Anointed One, is right there in front of their eyes, and that he is more than just a human rescuer. That he is not just David's son, he is also David's Lord. He is God in human flesh, and they don't see him when he's standing before their eyes. And the second reason that Jesus condemns them is that they don't practice true religion. They do the opposite. They, if you like, talk a good game. They use the right language. They are thoroughly, though, corrupt. In the book of James, I'm going to read from the Message version, James writes this: "Anyone who sets himself up as religious by talking a good game is self-deceived. This kind of religion is hot air and only hot air. Real religion, the kind that passes muster before God the Father, is this: reach out to the homeless and loveless in their plight and guard against corruption from the godless world." That's true religion, according to James. Looking out for the homeless and loveless, guarding against corruption. That's exactly the opposite of what the scribes have been doing. True religion, James says, is not just putting it out there, talking a good game, showing all your religious deeds and expecting the good seats and places of honour at the religious feasts and synagogues. No. God expects more than that. God expects love for our neighbour. Genuine love for our neighbour, whoever that is. The homeless, the loveless, the widow, the orphan. The contrast between these scribes and the widow, putting her 2 coins into the offering plate, is stark. She's not drawing attention to herself. She's not showing off how much she's giving, as probably some of the rich contributors were. No, quietly, secretly, only spotted by Jesus, she is giving her all to God. This poses big questions for us. Is our Christian faith a faith for show? Is it a faith to be seen, to be doing something? Or is it the kind of faith that, in the words of the Message version of James there, passes muster with God? Is it the kind of faith that does things unseen by the world, uncelebrated by the world, giving our all for God and to serve others? That, James says, is the kind of religion God accepts. That is the kind of faith that God expects to see, or the fruit that God expects to see from faith. So what small, unseen act of love for God and for neighbour can you do today? What little thing can you do that nobody else needs to know about, that will just show you reaching out to someone who needs help, needs a hand, needs love, needs someone to care? What can you do today? What can I do today? God bless.